Hello and welcome to this week's episode of 10-Minute Tuesdays, where we take on career development topics in 10 minutes or less at a time. This week's topic is the career closet. So many of you know that we have a search bar, and if you type in career closet up here and hit the search, it will bring up results for you. Click on the first one and it will take you to this page. The page needs just a slight little bit of updating. It does say that it's by appointment only, but you can go ahead and drop in as long as you're wearing a mask. We ask that it's one person at a time. So here's how it works. I'm just going to go through this page for you. You can drop by Career Services in Swenson 1061 anytime that we're open. We're generally open every weekday, so Monday through Friday from 7:45 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Go ahead and sign in at the front desk. You may have to ring the bell if somebody's not up there, and one of us from the team will show you the closet. Go ahead and try clothing on to make sure it fits. You can lock the door there. You can also use the bathroom. We do have some mirrors. You can keep the clothing after you have worn it, or you can clean it and bring it back for someone else to use. But in general, students come get clothing and they do keep it. There is really no limit on the number of items you can take. We just ask that you be mindful of other students who may need the resource. We do get donations from staff and faculty and community members. We try to keep it on the professional end, stain or damage free, gently used. So if you know somebody who wants to donate, you can go ahead and get that to us. The last piece about the career closet is we often get asked, what makes professional dress, or how do I know what to wear? That's something that we can help you with when you come to take a look at the career closet, or if you're feeling like I have some clothes, but I'm not really sure what to put together for an interview or a presentation or whatever it happens to be, we can definitely help with that. So do stop in. Otherwise, we have some items here that can be helpful. So this professional dress tips and tricks section here. Dress for success and dress to impress is what we have below. Typically when we work with students, it's presentations and or job interviews. So there are sort of two different types of job attire, I would say, business professional, and then there's the business casual side. Business professional, maybe quite obviously, is kind of the higher level of that, and business casual is a little more informal. So business professional, when you think of suits or power suits, that's what we're talking about. Typically solid, dark, or neutral colors. You will see a lot of gray, blue, navy blue, black, perhaps even like a dark brown. Not a whole lot of patterns or stripes or anything like that, except maybe in a tie or maybe a cuff or a pocket cover or something like that. The suit and the slacks and the whatever goes on the top, maybe a skirt as well on the bottom, but whatever goes on the top typically matches. And then the shoes should be closed toe heel and they should be dressy. And you typically limit what you bring with you. And then for business casual attire, think of it perhaps as slacks and a dress shirt or a blouse, probably a tie. Everything should be wrinkle free. You could go with a little bit shorter skirt or dress if that's what you are wearing, but you would not go with jeans, shorts, sundresses, or any athletic attire. You would want to wear comfortable closed-toed shoes, probably not a heel, and then a blazer or a cardigan. So that would be a little more on the casual side if you wanted to do that. I think just making that good first impression is the biggest thing. It is often said that when you are going for an interview or doing a presentation, you should dress for the job that you want. You definitely do want to make that good first impression. So my advice is go up one level from what you think needs to happen at that place, right? So let's say that in general, you see that they are business casual, you may want to show up for your presentation or your interview in business professional to show that you're taking this seriously, and so on and so forth. And it will make a good impression. So there are some other ideas here for making a good first impression that are general recommendations: keeping your hair groomed, keeping your nails and your makeup natural, wearing moderate jewelry. The piece about fragrance, I would actually suggest that you don't wear fragrance, simply because some people are pretty sensitive to fragrances and you don't want to turn somebody off with that. Making sure that you're looking at kind of the company or the industry standards as far as piercings and tattoos go. Do know that that is loosening up a bit. Your belt should match your attire. Neat, clean dress shoes if you can. Clothing in good condition so it fits, it's free of wrinkles and those sorts of things. Not full of lint or pet fur. And I know that's challenging for those of us who have and love our pets, and they love us back. There's some other stuff here on the right-hand side. I think it is really important to just note that when we talk about professionalism, and especially attire, there is an aspect of privilege to that, right? And so what we think about is professional business clothes are expensive, and not everybody has the means to go out and get them. So that's one reason the closet exists, is to help you put together some of those pieces, or as many as possible, so you don't have to buy as much. There's also an element of authenticity when we think about professionalism. And so when you're looking at getting dressed to make an impression at a career fair, an interview, or at a presentation, think about what you're most comfortable wearing, and can you use that to, pull off the impression that you hope to make. The other piece of this is that professional attire, while you may follow all the rules to maybe get that job and so on and so forth and get started, this may be a conversation that you may want to have in relationship to authenticity with your supervisor when you get in there. Okay, so some people ask, could I wear such and such piece of clothing that meets my culture, maybe, or helps me express my culture. And the supervisor and you should have a conversation and see where that sort of falls out as far as what they decide. So I think that's a really good conversation to have. And a lot of the standards of professionalism and such that we have these days is based on a system that comes perhaps from old European, maybe monarchy or elitist groups and things like that. So it tends to be Eurocentric. It tends to be very white, and so it can be seen as racist. It's a little biased, to be honest. But we can help you work through those things and also help you learn how to have those conversations. So professionalism as far as dress, here's kind of the basics on the page. Please come use the career closet. We would like to get some things moving out of there. Great for if you're doing an internship as well and need something to get you through, the summer, a few outfits, student teaching, things like that. So I think that is it. I will go ahead and stop sharing for this week. And I just want to say thank you so much for joining us this week for 10-Minute Tuesdays, where we take on a career development topic in 10 minutes or less at a time. See you next week, and take good care out there.